Hi, everyone. Prakash out here. Yes, thank you very much. Well, hopefully you also enjoyed the dancing time. Alright, I'm going to set a timer on for 35 minutes. Starting now. Okay, we'll see what I can get done. So, this is book 4, chapter 4, and this is all about inheritance. And so I'll start by finishing up the section that was about multiple inheritance. Virtual inheritance. Okay. Now this makes sense. Only one instance of weight is in the melted class object. So the following line changes the weight to 10. My mass dot set diamond weight 10. Then the following line changes the same weight to 20. My mass dot set jade weight 20. Then the following line prints the value of the one weight instance 20. See out my mess dot get diamonds weight in line. The following line again prints the value of the one weight instance. See out my mess dot get jade weight in line. Remember, with a diamond inheritance, use virtual inheritance in the middle classes to clean them. Ensure that you point to the correct type. Although you can also add the word virtual to the final class. In the example's case, that's multi-class. You don't need to. Oh, hi, Darrell. Thank you. Oh, Brian Prakash, I appreciate that you saying that. Oh, Desha Walton Murphy, hello. Friend classes? No singing tonight, Scarlett. If I do any singing, it's going to be in my car. I'm not in my car. Oh, right now I'm just reading C++ on for Dummies. I was doing some dancing earlier. Oh, good. I'm glad that your day was good, Darrell. Mine was okay. Got productive day in and enjoyed some church without walls. That was nice. It's been a while. Scarlett, really, truly, singing is something I have to get warmed up for. I'm not there yet. And also definitely need car. I need that sound insulated. Oh, thank you, Joanne Brown. Brown, my apologies. Yeah, it's good to take a break, but also I just started this. I haven't been doing this for 5 minutes, almost. Great. Okay, friend classes and functions. You may encounter a situation where you want one class to access the private and protected members of another class. Normally this isn't allowed, but it is if you make the two classes best friends. Okay, that sounds corny, but C++ gives you that word, friend. Only use friend when you really need to. If you have a class, say square, that needs access to the private and protected members of a class called drawing board, you can add a line inside the class drawing board that looks like this. Friend class square. Scarlett, that's going to take a while. Honestly, I'm saying that's not something that I see happening in the next couple of weeks, if not longer. Friends of a same class. Can an instance of a class access the private and protected members of other instances of the same class? Yes, the compiler allows you to do it. Should you? That depends on your situation. Now think about how you would do that. Inside a member function for a class, you would have a pointer to another instance of the same class, perhaps passed in as a parameter. The member function is free to modify any of its members or the object passed in. For your situation, you may need to use friend classes, but always be careful. This will... okay, so that was the little warning. So continuing on from the thing about friend class square, it says, this will allow the member function in Square to access the private and protected members of any instance of type drawing board. Remember that ultimately we're talking about instances here. Tip: the friend word is powerful because it allows object 2 to access the functionality provided by object 3, possibly against the will of object 1, the object that created object 3. And that can create bugs. As Grandma always warned us, please use discretion when picking your friends, especially when writing object-oriented programming code in C++. Warning: some compilers will let you declare a friend without the word class, like so. Friend square. However, the GNU compiler under colon blocks doesn't allow this. Instead, you must use the class keyword, friend class square. All I can figure is that's Mystery BG. I'm in California. I'm from California. I'm highly a semester. I'm not sad. Okay, continuing. Using classes and types within classes. Sometimes an application needs a fairly complex internal structure to get its work done. Three ways to accomplish this goal with relatively few headaches are nesting classes, embedding classes, and declaring types within classes. The following sections discuss the two most common goals: nesting classes and declaring types within classes. The nesting a class section also discusses protection for embedded classes. Nesting a class. You may have times when you create a set of classes where one class acts as the primary class, while all the other classes function as supporting classes. For example, you may be a member of a team of programmers, and your job is to write a set of classes that log on to a competitor's computer at night and lower all the prices on the products. Other members of your team will use your classes in their applications. You're just writing a set of classes. The teammates are writing the rest of the application. In the classes you're creating, you want to make the task easy on your coworkers. In doing so, you may make a primary class, such as ethical competition, that they will instantiate to use your set of classes. This primary class will include the methods for using the system. In other words, it serves as an interface to the set of classes. In addition to the main ethical competition class, you might create additional auxiliary classes that the ethical competition class will use, but your coworkers will not directly create instances of. One might be a class called connection that handles the tasks of connecting to the competitor's computer. Oh, this is C++ All-In-One For Dummies. Here's the first problem. The class connection may be something you write, but another class somewhere may be called connection, and your coworkers might need to use that class. And here's the second problem. If you have that connection class, you may not want your coworkers using it. You just want them using the main interface, the ethical competition class. To solve the unique name problem, you have several choices. For one, you can just rename the class something a bit more unique, such as ethical competition connection, but that's a bit long. And why go through all the trouble if it's not even going to be used except internally in the code for ethical competition? However, you could shorten the class name and call it something like something that's likely to be unique, such as EC connection. Yet at the same time, if the users of your classes look at the header file, and see a whole set of classes, which classes they should be using may not be clear. Of course, you would write some documentation to clear this up, but you do want the code to be at least somewhat self-explanatory. One solution is to use nested classes. With a nested class, you write the declaration for the main class, ethical competition, and then inside the class, you write the supporting classes as in the following. Class, ethical competition, private. Let me show that. Oh, that's cool, James Scott, about your coding bootcamp. Class, ethical competition, private, class connection, public, void connect, public, void hard work. Hi, Lean and Swerve. Note that we wrote a class inside a class. We did not provide the code for the functions themselves. So here they are. I'm glad you enjoyed the dancing stream earlier, Lean and Swerve. Void ethical competition, : hard work. Connection C dot connect, C out, connected, inline. Void ethical competition, : connection, : connect, C out, connecting, inline. Oh. Hello, Meows Cutie Pie. How are you doing? Oh, that's awesome. Well, hopefully you did better than me and did that as your bachelor's. If I had to do it over again, I probably would have minored in computer science back when I was going to a school that was known for their engineering program. But at the time, I was dealing with math anxiety, so. How are you liking it so far? Oh, you just joined? Are you doing okay? Hanging in there all right with your computer science? I know I was having, I stuck with it. It just took a while. Oh, Lady said C++ is a programming language. Huh? You didn't purchase any course yet? Huh? Oh, I thought you were saying your computers, you're not in school? I'm sorry, I'm not saying that you had to purchase a course. I thought maybe you, A little confused. Hi, DJ Charlie. Oh, I see. You just started as a computer science student. Okay, I'm getting it now. Sorry. I was missing that. Hi, Norton. Okay, more reading time. The header for the connect function in the connection class requires first the outer class name, then 2 colons, then the inner class name, then 2 colons again, and finally the function name. This follows the pattern you normally use, where you put the class name first, then 2 colons, and then the function name. But in this case, you have 2 class names separated with a colon. If you want to declare an instance of the connection class, you do it differently, depending on where you are when you declare it. By that, we don't mean whether you're in an office cube or sitting on the beach with a laptop. Rather, we mean where in the code you're trying to declare an instance. If you're inside a member function of the outer class, ethical competition, you simply refer to the class by its name. Connection. You can see we did that in the member function. Hard work with this line. Norton, I already did dancing. And there'll be more dancing tomorrow. Right now it's C++ All-In-One For Dummies time. Connection C. If you're outside the member functions, you can declare an instance of the inner class connection without an instance of the outer class. Ethical competition. To do this, you fully qualify the class name like this. Ethical competition, : connection, my connect. This line would go, for instance, in the main of your application if you want to create an instance of the inner class connection. However, you may recall that one of the reasons for putting the class inside the other was to shield it from the outside world, to keep your nosy coworkers from creating an instance of it. But so far, what you've done doesn't really stop them from using the class. They can use it just by referring to its fully qualified name. Ethical competition, : connection. Tip. In a sense, so far, you've created a handy grouping of the class, and you also set your grouping up so you can use a simpler name that won't conflict with other classes. If you just want to group your classes, you can use a nested class. If you want to add higher security to a class so that others will be prevented from using your inner class, however, you'll have to work with something called an inner class definition. C++ is a programming language, computer programming. Yeah, that's what they're going to get into right now about inner class definition. Here's a series of tricks devoted to showing you how you create that inner class definition. For the first trick, we need to show you how you can declare the class with a forward definition, but put the class definition outside the outer class. Note, never put the inner class definition inside a private or protected section of the outer class definition. It doesn't work. The following code takes care of that declaration for you. Oh, hi there, Angelica Oracle. Good morning to you. And thank you for coming by again. Tibo Masupi, currently all my readings are computer science related. And also, I'm kind of set between C++, All-In-One For Dummies, and also cracking the coding interview, because I need to figure out a job that involves coding. DJ Charlie, I'm here in California. I'm from California. Sorry, lost my tripod. Fell off. Let me get that back on. Oh. Hi, Silly Billy. That's fun. Okay. There we go. That's back on. Okay. Class ethical competition. Private. Class connection. Public. Void. Hard work. Class ethical competition. : connection. Public. Void. Connect. Here inside the outer class, we wrote a header for the inner class and a semicolon instead of writing the whole inner class. That's a forward declaration. Then we wrote the rest of the inner class after the outer class. To make this work, we had to again fully qualify the name of the class like this: Class Ethical Competition : Connection. Thank you, Lancer. I was going to say. Tip: if we skipped the word ethical competition and 2 colons, the compiler compiles this class like a different class. Later, the compiler would complain that it couldn't find the rest of the declaration for the connection class. The error is error, aggregate, ethical competition, connection C has incomplete type and cannot be defined. Remember that message, so you know how to correct it when you forget the outer class name. Warning: by declaring the inner class after the outer class, you can now employ another trick. The idea is to write it so that only the outer class can access the members. To accomplish this, you can make all the members of the inner class either private or protected, and then make the outer class ethical competition a friend of the inner class connection. Oh, Angelica Oracle, you're welcome. Here's the modified version of the connection class. Class ethical competition, : connection, protected, friend, class, ethical competition, void, connect. Only the outer class can access most of its members. But we say most because we left something out. Although the members are protected, nothing stops users outside ethical connection from creating an instance of the class. To add this security, you need a constructor for the class that is either private or protected. And when you do that with a constructor, following suit with a destructor is a good idea. Make the destructor private or protected too, even if the constructor and destructor don't do anything. By making them private or protected, you prevent others from creating an instance of the class. Others, that is, except any friends to the class. So here's yet one more version of the class. Roxy, I'm not singing. Thanks for asking, though. Class ethical competition, : connection, protected, friend class ethical competition, void connect, connection, tilde connection. This does the trick. When we try to make an instance of the class outside ethical competition, such as in main, as in this, ethical competition, : connection, my connect, we see the following message. Ethical competition, : connection, : not connection, is protected. Yet we can still make an instance from within the member functions of ethical competition. It worked. The protecting embedded example shown in listing 4-4 contains the final application. Listing 4-4, protecting embedded classes. How should it include IOStream? Using namespace standard, class, ethical competition, private, class connection, public, void hard work, class, ethical competition, : connection, protected, friend class ethical competition, void connect, connection, tilde connection. Just a word to the wise, I don't say every single symbol that takes too long. That's why I show these parts. Next page. Listing 4-4 continued. Void, ethical competition, : hard work, connection, C.connect, C out, connected, inline, void, ethical competition, : connection, : connect, C out, connecting, inline, int main, int argc, comma, char star argv, set of straight braces, ethical competition, : connection, my connect, ethical competition, comp.hard work, return 0. No, this isn't hacking. Leon Swerves is right, it's coding in C++. We purposely left in a commented outline where we attempted to make an instance of the inner class connection. Previously, we had the line there, but it wasn't commented out. That way we could see which error message it would print and then tell you about it. If you want to see the error message, you can remove the 2 slashes so the compiler will try to compile the line. Oh yeah, sorry, I actually ignored that part. I'm just used to write a script. I mean, a program. C++ isn't considered to be a scripting program. There are languages like JavaScript and TypeScript. Those are considered to be scripting programs. And if I remember correctly, Python can also do that. But I might just be thinking about Git though. Or I mean Bash. Oh, either way. This isn't one of those. Okay, so I kind of ignored that part. But yeah, there's that line with the 2 forward slashes. They're saying if you removed the forward slashes, then you would be able to see what it's like when the compiler is having issues. So that's the line that says / ethical competition, : connection might connect. No, maybe I did read that. The point is, that's a bad times. If you leave that not coming out, it would be resulting to a compiler having words with you. Can't say I like the compiler having words with me. Oh, Python is another programming language. People like to use it for all kinds of math and also machine learning and things like that. Yes, that makes the line the comment. That's true. Okay, so types within. Oh, how much time do I have? I have a little over 5 minutes left. Types within classes. When you declare a type such as an enum, associating it with a class can be convenient. For example, you may have a class called cheesecake. In this class, you may have the member variable selected flavor. The selected flavor member can be your own enumerated type, such as flavor, like this. Okay. Oh, yeah, machine learning is a thing. Let's just say it's pretty much a cousin to AI. I have thoughts. It's interesting. I hope that things change, that we get on a better path of AI, because AI could be really useful and good, but I don't think people are trying to make it that though. I think they're just too busy trying to phase out people from jobs, and I don't like that. That's annoying. All right, here we go. I was showing a thing for a reason. Which thing? Some reason. Hello. Oh, that's right. Enum flavor. Oh, my apologies. I will just say chocolate S word, squishy strawberry, broken banana, pretty plain vanilla, cool lura, bizarre purple. To associate these with a class, you can put them in a class like this. Class cheesecake, public, enum flavor, chocolate, S word, squishy strawberry, broken banana, pretty plain vanilla, cool lura, bizarre purple. Flavor, selected flavor, int amount left. Yeah, it's not good. Void eat, amount left equals 0. The type flavor now can be used anywhere in your application, but to use it outside the member functions of the cheesecake class, you must fully qualify its name by lining up the class name 2 colons, then the type name, like this. Cheesecake, colon, flavor. My flavor equals cheesecake, colon, cool. As you can see, for an enum, we also have a fully, we had to, blah. As you can see, for an enum, we also had to fully qualify the enumeration itself. If we had just put kulua on the right side of the equal sign, the compiler would complain and say that kulua is undeclared. The cheesecake example shown in listing 4-5 demonstrates how we can use the cheesecake class. Listing 4-5. Using types with the class include IOStream, using namespace standard, class cheesecake public enum flavor, chocolate S word, squishy strawberry, broken banana, pretty plain vanilla, cool lua, bizarre purple. Flavor, selected flavor, int amount left, void eat, amount left equals 0. Main, cheesecake, yum. Yum dot selected flavor equals cheesecake, colon, squishy strawberry, yum dot amount left equals 100. Yum dot eat, cout, yum dot amount left, inline, return 0. Notice in listing 4-5 that we had to fully qualify the name squishy strawberry. Remember, when you declare a type using a typedef or an enum inside a class, you do not need an instance of the class present to use the type, but you must fully qualify the name. Thus, you can set up a variable of type cheesecake, flavor and use it in your application without creating an instance of cheesecake. Tip: do you have types that you want used only within the class? Make them protected or private. That way you cannot use them outside the class. Unlike what you can do with nested classes, you can make a type within a class private or protected. If you do so, you can use the type only within the member functions of the class. If you try to use the type outside the class, including setting a member variable, as in yum, selected flavor equals cheesecake, squishy strawberry, semicolon, you get a compiler error. Thank you, Reinardina. Tip: you can also put a type def inside your class in the same way you'd put an enum inside the class, as in the following example. Class sponge cake, public, type def, int sponge number weight, sponge number diameter, int main, int argc, char star argv, pair of straight braces, sponge cake, sponge number, my weight equals 30, sponge cake fluff dot weight equals my weight, return 0. And yay, we are done with book 4, chapter 4. Chapter 5 starting next time. Yay, making progress. I love that. This is what's been read. This is what still needs to be read. That is bigger. Yay. I've been muted this whole time? I'm not even sure why. Oh, how long have I been muted for? Oh, that's irritating. I don't even know why, because I never muted myself. Okay, great. That would have been sad if I missed all of that reading. Okay, so at least I was doing all the reading. Either way, great. That would have been a bummer. I'm like, oh no. No, I had progress and I lost it. Boo. Okay, great. I guess I just touched my phone silly ways. That happens. Well, okay, good. Thank you for letting me to be muted. All right, on that note, yay. I might just get this fully read before May 2025. Happy times. Oh. Ow. Too much bright. Ow. Okay, so. Yay. I'm gonna get some sleep. Devon Brown, I'm in California. I'm from California. All right, Lane Swerve, thank you. Enjoy your evening. Okay. Jonathan C. Reading C++ All-In-One For Dummies. You're probably not still here, though. Okay. I swear, I get all the dancing time, and people just keep asking for singing. Like, that's just not really a thing. You know, I used to see, Ryan, that's what I used to do when I was growing up. I would count and count and count and count. I would literally count now I just let YouTube do the work. I just put on something that is a go-to YouTube thing, and usually it helps. Now I'm just counting to try to help get through my day, honestly. Or counting the steps, trying to make sure I am not missing anything. Um, Dakota Miller, I don't think I know a junior senior, so I'm gonna have to go with I'm not sure. Okay, on that note, huh? I mean, I learned Java. That was the first one that they make you learn when you are trying to be a computer science student. I'm just like kind of um rusty. And then I was taking advanced object-oriented programming course in fall 2024, and we like learned about some other of the object-oriented programming because we were talking about design patterns. So that was fun. But and I know MATLAB, technically I don't know if that's object-oriented or not. And I know Python, which I think is object, yeah, Python is object-oriented program. Dakota Miller, again, I'm not familiar with the song or the artist, so I would have to hear it to know if I like it. Okay. Okay, on that note, I'm going to call it. Thanks to everyone who came by for reading time. There'll likely be more dancing time and reading time tomorrow. You also, Daxos, you also have a great night. Yeah, so more stuff tomorrow. Whether or not I do a third stream, whether it's a Just Dance Now or a Jackbox or anything like that, that just kind of remains to be seen. But for sure, I'm going to do Sunny Dance Break live and then some more C++ All-In-One For Dummies. Okay, sounds great, Duan Brown. See you later. You also have a good night. Also, Dakota Miller, if you happen to pop into one of my dance streams and you remind me, I'll be glad to play it during one of my dance streams. If it's tomorrow during a dance break, because those have what do you call it? Those are open genres. So that if you're available tomorrow and you see something that says dance break, come by and just remind me, and we could just try it out. Okay, that would be the best way to do that. Puran Prakash Chaudhary, thank you. Good night to you also. And sweet dreams to you also. So yes, good night, Dakota Miller. Good night, Rainer Dina. I will be getting some sleep real soon. My pills are already, my meds, my asthma, my allergy stuff is already kicking in. I can feel it. I think Leanne and Swerve already headed up, but either way, good night to Leanne and Swerve. And good night to Silly Billy. And good night to anyone else I may have missed. Thank you. Happy Sunday to you also, Duan Brown. So true. It's good to be careful. Puran Prakash Chaudhary. Oh, and if anyone is wondering, no, I'm still not close to any fires. So that's a good thing. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. That's what I'll put it. So far, not yet. Okay. That being said, anyone who may be seeing this. Huh? Oh no, Duan Brown. I am good. I have a boyfriend. Actually, no. Norton. I'm good. I have a boyfriend. Thank you, but no thank you. And Duan Brown. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. That being said, for anyone who may be watching this in the future, it's possible. Oh, good night, Norton. But yeah, anyone who's watching this in the future, possibly, whenever, wherever, whatever, however, just make the most of it. That's the most important part. Bye bye.